an early bird, and I'm a night owl. So I'm wise, and I have worms.
What are you talking about? You look totally cool, like a real chick.
I look like the Korean Buddy Holly.
Buddy Holly was cool.
May he rest in peace, but Buddy Holly was not an attractive man.
I'm not a garbage man! I'm a muffin man!
It's the Al Travis Show, and one of our faves right here, Paul. It's Minnesota sports lifer, Paulie. And I think, hi, Paul. Paul, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing, Al?
I'm good. I just can't imagine, just have the guys on the end of the bench, and you guys are like Twins fanatics, and God love you for it. But the yo-yos that is the Minnesota Twins. Here, so we start 0-4. No one is happy. You would agree, correct? I mean, bottom the Central. We're behind the White Sox, for God's sakes. They're predicted to win 50 games.
Yeah.
So we're at the bottom. We go and beat Chicago 2 games in a row. Well, we should beat Chicago, but that's nice. We're now top the AL Central. We jumped 5 teams in 2 wins.
Well, it was a 5-way tie yesterday before the game. 2-4. Everybody was 2-4.
Okay. And then we lose 1 game, and we're at the bottom again. We're the bottom dwellers again. I can't handle this yo-yo stuff. Tell me when you guys get it figured out, and I'll join back in.
Okay. Well, welcome to my Minnesota sports lifer life, because that's what it is.
It's
you
crazy.
have a good day. You have a bad day. It's, in baseball, it's every day. So,
yeah. Well, it's not. This is weird. Tell me this. And John says it's because it's the home opener and they want to have an extra day in there. We don't play today. You get beat by Houston, you take a day off, then you got 2 over the weekend. Why 4 days for a 3-day tournament, if you will?
We talked about this last week. The first few series, they do that for weather because we could get snow. It could be just too cold with the cold rain. They've done that for years. It's just they'd have a 3-game series over 4 days, because if it was terrible yesterday, they could have moved that just 1 day. They had the opening there. You don't have to make a doubleheader. It still becomes a home opener and a special day. So it's all about, the spring weather gets weird, not just here, but New York and
so if I'm hearing you, you're calling for a dome to be put on Target Center. I think like that. I think that's a good idea.
Target Center already has a roof, so
Target Field. Don't be messing with me.
You take this dome thing out your mouth, my friend.
Yeah, because there are those 3 really good days in the middle of summer that you can really enjoy that stadium. So no, you're absolutely right. We should.
I'm sensing a little grumpy here. Maybe I don't know if radio is the right thing for you, because people look to this for some positivity. Like, how do I start my Friday? Oh, let's listen to Al and Paul talk. Let's just destroy the best stadium in the MLB.
Here's positivity for you. We positively have to get rid of whatever's in these torpedo bats. I don't even know what the difference is. They look like bats to me. I have to put one right next to the other. I don't really care. And don't tell me that since 1876, when they invented baseball, that somehow we have some new bat technology. Come on. Stop whining about the torpedoes.
I just learned that there's a different bat, and the Yankees are having success with it yesterday. So I haven't even seen it, and it's a whole new. But yeah, it's weird. The bat's been the bat forever. I mean, other than some minor tweaks to that, I don't know what is that okay. And did they find something that Major League Baseball didn't lock down the definition of a bat well enough that now they can do something different?
It's totally the shape. It's still the ounces are the same. Yeah, it's got a little thicker middle spot or something. It has to still fit in the tube. I don't know. How do I put it? We put people on the moon. Did you really come up with some, hey, if a bat was a little thicker in the middle, we'll hit it? Did some scientist come out of the University of Berkeley and came up with a brilliant? No, it's just somebody got lucky, hit a few home runs, and all the buddies are grabbing that bat now. That's what I think. They're nothing. It's a bat.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, I don't know about it. Why now? I mean, for all of the years of baseball, which goes back to the 1800s.
Yeah.
Are we looking at changing that? That's kind of weird. Golf doesn't let you do that. They have rules about their technology. You can only change it so much. I mean, you can, they can create a club that'll hit it, 500 yards or whatever, but you can't put that in the hands of these guys. So.
Yeah. Is that cricket, that game with the big bat, the big flat bat, and they win the? Yeah. Wait, somebody in the basement, the Twins are going to come up with a cricket bat because it's that much more area to hit the ball, and they're going to hit it with a cricket bat. You watch, and we'll see if it's okay. I don't care about the bat. The bat cannot be that big a thing. They're just better hitters than us. Answer me this. We take the day off. Twins are at the bottom of the AL Central, but they have 2 more games against Houston. Can we beat Houston?
Oh yeah, we had some success against Houston last year, and they've had the roster change over quite a bit. It's not all the same guys in Houston.
All the cheaters are not there. You are correct.
Yeah, we have one of them, Correa, on our team. So yeah.
You got to bring that up. You talk about me not being positive. Okay.
Hey, every Astro from that year gets booed wherever they go. Correa's one of them. I mean, people are yelling stuff about trash cans and and I agree. I didn't care for that.
So, but can we beat these? You didn't answer the question. Because I presume if we win 2 games now, we're back at the top of the Central and we can forgive and forget.
Yes, we can. What was disappointing for me yesterday was, Joe Ryan rolls through the first inning, 3 straight strikeouts, strikes out the side. And then by the 5th inning, he's given up 4 or 5 runs. It's like, it's such a mercurial thing with him. He's got great stuff, but how do you not take that inning to inning, and I get it. Houston's good, but he's a talented dude, and I don't get it. Here's
the feeling in that game, Paul, and I watch it. I went out to the garage, smoked some cigars, said I'm going to watch the Twins home opener. First off, I don't know where you find Houston winter knit caps. That's a find. Although Houston guys had winter knit caps, I'm like, Houston guys don't have them in their back rooms. But anyway, they're playing the game, and like I say, Ryan starts out hot. We get a triple to start the game. We're up a couple of runs right away.
Yeah,
you're like, okay, this team looked excited and happy. And if it was whatever inning, 3rd inning, Ryan he's 0-2 on a guy. You're waiting for him to strike him out because we are rolling. He tags it. And you saw Ryan give up. You know what I'm saying? You could almost feel him. Next batter comes up, 0-2, another dinger. And this game was done. The bats went away.
Yeah.
The feeling was gone. The vibe was gone. And instantly it was 5-2, and this game was over. This team is mentally fragile. Not everybody, you know what I'm saying, though. You could feel the game stopped. 2 pitches. He was pitching lights out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. And Ryan's still a young guy. I mean, he's just off of the Olympic experience a couple years back, and maybe that's it. That's mental toughness to lock that in. And you got to on the other hand, you got to at the end of the Chicago series, Pablo had his second shot, and he rolled. Did he get through the 7th? I think so. No, that's what we need from the top of the order guys is bear down. It doesn't always go your way. It's all about that adversity, right? So it's all about how you bounce back. And Joe Ryan's got to figure that out, I think.
And again, it looked like when you started that first few innings, you're like, we got this. This team wants to hit. This team wants to pitch. And 2 pitches later, the whole vibe was gone. And you're like, that's part of the nug. So I just throw it out there.
Yeah.
We got to go to break. Got much more to talk about. Your Wolves, I don't know where they sit. We got NCAA. It's all going on. You were in the cap, but I don't know. I'm not feeling so lucky right now. We'll talk right after this with Paul, Minnesota's sports lifer.
There are many ways to explore Alexandria. Some like to experience the outdoors and all the fun winter in Minnesota can provide. Pick your favorite way to get in touch with nature. Others like to explore downtown in the warm comfort of a boutique or gathered around a table with friends. You can do all of that or relax and do nothing at all. Come explore Alexandria. Start planning at explorealex.com.
Do you have a closet full of old videos, photos, slides, or films? Regain that space and preserve those memories for future generations. Visit archivinglifemedia.com or call 952-829-8018. See how safe and simple it is to digitize all your media. Gain peace of mind knowing that all those important memories will be saved and can be seen and shared again. Do it today. Check out archivinglifemedia.com or give them a call, 952-829-8018.
Al Travis Show, the last place you can go and hear all sides. Respectful, thoughtful, and grateful.
Minnesota Sports Life for Paulie on with us, and I wanted us to keep this in mind. Giannis, the Bucks beat the 76ers 126-113 yesterday. Only reason for it, I want you to remember the Bucks and I want you to the 76ers. Giannis went 35, 17, and 20, the first time in NBA history. So let's just put that little noggin, that little nugget coming up, because it's going to be brilliant when I talk about all the things I want to talk about. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So now when we take a look at the standings, the Minnesota Timberwolves, we're literally in sixth spot, not necessarily worrying about playing. They win a game, and they go to seventh spot. That's how the difference is with NBA and baseball.
Yeah.
We actually won and went down because Memphis won, and so we jumped the Clippers. But then, anyway, it's this pack. Here's what's driving me nuts, Paulie. Because all the games matter the same, right? They should all matter the same. It's 82 game season. I just go back, and this does not change our team at all. I still think this team is spotty at best. You don't know who's going to show up. But if you just went back less than a month ago, 3 weeks ago, and the Pelican loss, we lost to the Pelicans, for God's sakes, and the Pacers without their four starters. We just kind of thought we were going to roll. We lost them by 2 points.
Yeah.
If you just change those two games to wins, which we could have done, doesn't change this team out, we're in third place, Paul. We're not fighting to get into top six. We're in third. That's why all those little weird games that drove me nuts when we didn't show up for, went down 25 points, they matter.
Yeah, totally. And the upcoming game, we've got 76ers and then one other game, and then Memphis. I think the Memphis game is everything, because I think there's a tiebreaker at stake.
Yep.
And that's where all these teams are all clumped together, and it could be a three-way tie or a two-way tie. Yeah. I think we win the three-way tie, but lose the two-way tie with some teams. So it's going to be really, really close at the end. 5
games left. I believe we should beat Philadelphia just like the Bucks did. I do believe we can do that. That's our next game. But then you have the Bucks with Giannis, and that guy put in 35, 17, and 20. We could lose that game. Then we play Memphis, just like you're saying. It's a battle to see who ends up 6th or 7th. We could lose that. I'm sorry. Then you win Brooklyn. You use Utah. 2 out of 3, I think we could lose. I'm not predicting that. Yeah. But if we just split that, we could actually go down and not up in the standings. That's what scares me.
Then we'd be in the play-in. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So a little scary moment last night. Ant went down with that injury, and I thought, he went in the tunnel right away. But man, is he tough. He found his way back and contributed well. Here's the thing, though. I know you don't like Gobert a lot. However, he is a big who can challenge guys like Giannis. He's not going to go for 35, 17, and 20 against Rudy. He's not. No. So yeah, he's a good player. But we've got bigs that can make life harder for him.
Here's what bothers me about Gobi, and I know I've been ripping him pretty hard. Even the guys on television yesterday, because I watched that game too, very sports-minded guy. We're talking about he has really stepped it up in the last 4 or 5 games. He's been the Rudy we know he could be.
Yeah, yes, he has.
And that's great. Rudy, 82 games. It's the same thing. Then you should have been there in those 2 other games. That's what drives me nuts about this team. I believe we have the talent. You look player by player. Woo, look at this team. But yet we give up Pelicans. I mean, that's what drives me nuts, Paul. I agree. Yeah. Rudy's played out of his mind. Good for him.
Yep. No, I agree. It is. It's hard. I watched the game last night. I saw Rudy's comments after the game as well. And he was very clear that he said, we're locked in. Because somebody asked him about how you're playing. He said, we're locked in. I think, he's talking about it as a team. And as long as we don't have a major injury, like that was a scare last night, I think we'll be okay. But don't stumble anymore. Don't lose to 76ers. And now you're playing, and who knows? So
that's it. That's it. You're playing. You could lose, and then you're out. But back to any 2 games all season that you lost that you could have flipped, and you're not doing this. You're trying to catch up to Houston for second, for heaven. It's just that close.
Yeah.
And that's it drives me crazy.
And it's home court too. So that makes a huge difference.
Yeah. And I don't. Anyway,
welcome to Minnesota Sports Life. That's just part of it. So
I understand. I don't know how you put up with it and you have your whole life, because this is driving me nuts the more and more into it. Let's talk a little bit about the NCAA, if we can.
Yes.
Your thoughts on all number 1s being in the finals for? That's sad. I look for Cinderellas.
No Cinderellas. A couple Cinderellas won the first game, but then they all got eliminated in round 2. So I hate it. I don't like the Blue Bloods in there. I'm going to go with Houston. I like Kelvin Sampson as a coach. Let's go Houston Cougars. And please, Lord, don't let Duke win this. Don't. I can't handle it.
Let's start with the first game. Auburn, Florida. It's Florida, right? No? Who's picking to get in?
It's tough. I'd go Auburn. Houston, and then Houston winning it. Yeah.
See, and you and I are complete opposite. I'm looking at Florida wins Auburn, and Duke wins this whole thing.
Florida,
I think,
Duke.
yeah. And I only said that because I still own. Did I tell you? I have Zuba shorts, Duke Zuba shorts since the 1980s. So.
Oh wow! I didn't know that about you. Our friendship would have changed if I'd have known that. So
I've actually have them what's the stretchy stuff in them? I had them redone twice so far. Once because
of the elastic.
Yeah, once because the elastic was really old and got all bitter, and the other time just because I got fat. But I still got them. I use them as my jam. So yeah, I got to go with Duke. They're my team.
Right. You do that, and I will not support you. Hey,
neither did the elastic in them anymore.
Yeah. Sorry. Got to pivot to the NCAA women's side of the house because
there you go.
I know the NIT is like the consolation tournament. However, your Golden Gopher women,
yes,
they won the women's NIT. Nice to see a championship of any kind, which is always good. Clint Haskins won some with the men, years ago.
Yeah.
And that propelled them the next year. So, the deep run in the tournament, you get some pressure and you deliver on that. You realize you can. That propelled them to some really good runs in the 90s. And my hope is that this does that for the women, and that we have apparently a really tight-knit group and are all coming back to play again next year. So they're not transfer portaling out. Hats off. So Ski-U-Mah, Gopher women, NIT champions, and let's build on something and do something big next year.
Did you just come up with a verb, transfer portaling?
I did. It's what I do.
It's a new verb, transfer portaling. All right, So on the other side, we had someone transfer portaling in to the Gopher men's. Medved comes in, one of his Colorado State guys. I said what's going to happen. The only way we get this cupboard full quickly is for him to bring a lot of those Colorado State kids with, and one's come already. You watch the rest show up, and I'm okay with it. They went to the NCAA tournament. Now come here and do it in a Big Ten league. I could live with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then plus, don't forget, you've got a lot of players declaring for the portal in a lot of other programs. Other players are available too, and this guy with a fresh perspective and as a resume like this, I never know who he can lock up. So
there'll be people transfer portaling all over the place.
Portaling, that's who needs the English language?
It's fluid, this language. We know that.
There is
it's
no
a cultural thing.
In Zoom.
Zoom's going crazy. It's trying to find when you have the words.
Don't transcribe this. It
transfer portaling. Paul, I love having you on the program, my friend. Can't wait to get you back here next week.
All right. Thanks, Al.
He's Paul, Minnesota's sports lifer.